Ladies and gentlemen, what's good with it, man? In today's video, we talking about unsolicited advice. You heard me now. The reason we talking about unsolicited advice is because it's so many people in the world that legitimately hate receiving unsolicited advice to the point where they might just go off on you for coming to them and giving them advice about something that they did not ask for your opinion for. And the bad thing for those people is that it's a whole lot of people in the world that love to give unsolicited advice. So we're going to talk about that. And I would love to know your thoughts, man. What do you think about unsolicited advice? Do you think people should never give unsolicited advice? Or do you think that there's certain times in which people should give unsolicited advice? Now, me personally, I'm going to say I think it depends because, look, sometimes you might see somebody that's clearly doing something that's not benefiting them, right? And they steady doing it and making the same mistake over and over. And it don't seem like they finna learn their lesson no time soon. But you already know the lesson, and you already know that you could tell them this lesson and save them possibly years of trouble, or they might not never get the lesson. You just never know. It depends on the person and the situation. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you doing somebody a favor by going to them and be like, hey, look, whatever. You just let them know whatever it is. And obviously, man, that's what we all here for. That's what we all got each other for, to help each other out. So sometimes you got to give that person unsolicited advice. But at the same time, though, it's like the other side of it is, man, sometimes, like, people good with what they doing. And, like, when you go to somebody and you give them unsolicited advice, then naturally I feel like it's kind of communicating that you believe that they haven't thought this through or whatever, or you believe that they don't know what they doing, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. And a lot of times, a lot of people might get the impression that you feel like you know better than them. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes people probably do feel that way. Depends on the person and the situation, you feel me? And that's what make it a tricky situation. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, though, it's like my personal philosophy is that, I really try my best not to give unsolicited advice. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's absolutely necessary. Like, I have had times where I did go to some family members and give them unsolicited advice about certain things, but I also, make sure that I have that type of relationship with that person where I can do that, and that they know, you know what I'm saying, that I really am just coming to them trying to help them. You know what I'm saying? And I would say usually, for the most part, like, people pretty much, like, appreciate when I do that. It genuinely do help them out. Sometimes people don't listen. It is what it is, though. Sometimes I don't listen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people give me unsolicited advice. And, for the most part, anybody in my life that's doing that, I pretty much already know, like, they are looking out for my own benefit. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it's just like, I have thought this through. You might not think I thought it through, but, just because you don't understand what I'm doing it, just because you don't understand what I'm doing or why I'm doing it, don't mean I don't understand what I'm doing or why I'm doing it. And it might not be, the most popular method or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It might not be what everybody feel like is the most optimal way or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? But it don't matter, though, because, like, I'm doing it for a reason. I'm trying to, whatever it is. I could be trying to see something, I'm testing something out, or it just might simply be the way that I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now, that don't mean people shouldn't come to me and give me advice, though. But I just think as people, we gotta just be, you know what I'm saying, we gotta really be more wise about it and strategic. Like, why are you giving this person this advice? It's just because you just don't like what they doing on a personal level, right? And because you just don't like it, you just want them to stop doing it because it just make you mad. But even though it don't really have no effect on your life whatsoever, you just don't want to see them doing it that way. Or is it genuinely like this person is doing something that's going to hurt themselves or put themselves in a bad situation or make things harder on themselves? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just levels to it, right? But as the person that's giving the advice, you know what I'm saying, especially if it's unsolicited advice, I think one of the most important things that we have to learn how to do is, you know, we have to know how to remove our personal feelings from the situation, right? Because that's something where I think a lot of people do mess up is that, you know, you come to somebody and you get them unsolicited advice, and then if they don't listen to you, then you like feeling personally attacked, and like they trying to tell you that you wrong and this and that, and like it might not have nothing to do with you. This person just already might be comfortable with doing things the way that they doing them. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing is this subjective well-being, you feel me? Which is, how do this person feel that they doing, right? Now, if they, let's say they have a bad subjective well-being, which means in their mind they are not doing good, like they consciously believe that they in a bad situation, they don't like it, they consciously want to change it, right? But they don't necessarily see that it's something that they could do to fix the situation, and then you see it, okay, then at that point, yeah, like, get them the advice, because it's like you see that they're not happy with the situation and they just don't know the solution. So you give it to them. But if this person has a positive subjective well-being, meaning like the situation is what it is, but they happy at the end of the day, then it's like, hey, sometimes you might have to, you know, just back off a little bit. Now, I understand from personal experience that might not always be easy, because sometimes a person can be happy with something that's genuinely not good for them. And so it's like, you do have that, you know, or they kind of telling you like, look, I'm good with this the way it is or whatever. And it's like they really are telling you to look, back up off me. And so it's like you want to respect that. But at the same time, you know, you might kind of can see where it's going long term, and you genuinely concerned about that person, right? So what do you do in that situation? Do you just keep pushing, be like, look, no, you can't keep doing this? Or do you let it go because they subjective well-being, you know, they feel like they okay, they happy, so whatever. And that's one where it's tough, man. I don't think it's a clear-cut answer, because it's like, okay, what kind of situation that we talking about? Some people might be doing something that can kill them. Do you just like say forget it because it's like they don't want to listen? Even in that case, sometimes you might have to. You know what I'm saying? If you have a family member that's just have like a, you know, a bad habit or whatever, and you done been trying to help, all that, other people trying to help, everybody trying to help, and they ain't having it. At some point, as hard as it is, you probably just gotta, hey, it is what it is. I did what I had to do. Just pray for that person at that point. That's all you can do is pray. Because trying to talk to them and get them advice just ain't gonna work. A lot of people be strong-minded. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing to be strong-minded, but sometimes you can be too strong-minded to where you're not hearing people's wisdom that they trying to put on you. And look, it can be somebody that you could be the most closest to this person. And if they are just not trying to hear you, gotta just like, hey, it is what it is. Wash your hands with the situation. It's above me now. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate though, because you don't want to like feel like you turning your back on somebody that you love, but it's just like, hey, sometimes people be stuck in their ways and they just gonna do what they gonna do, and they happy with it. You know what? Hey, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let them be happy. You feel me? But I think the main thing though, when it comes to unsolicited advice, is this: like, if you're gonna give somebody some advice to try to help them, just make sure that your intentions genuinely is to help this person, and that it's not like an ego battle of, oh, I just know better than you and all this, you know, because that's gonna turn them off. Ain't nobody gonna be trying to listen to you and you coming at them like that, no matter how right you are. You feel me? And if they not trying to hear it, you know what I'm saying, and they coming back to you telling you like, I'm good with what I'm doing, thank you, but no thank you. At some point, you gotta go ahead and take the hint. Okay, this person is not finna listen to me. You know, if it ain't that serious where it's like life or death on something like that, then, hey, sometimes you just gotta let it go and just let it be what it is, man. You know, and then just focus on giving people advice when they ask for your advice. You feel me? But with that being said, I got another video on that topic, man. You can't help everybody. You know, I don't know which one, if this video or that video is gonna be up first. But if that video is up, then I'm gonna put it right here for you to watch that video. But other than that, man, hey, like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you want to stay in touch with me, click the links in the description to tap in with me on the other socials. And I'll holler at y'all next time, man. Peace.